Alright, so Black Ops 6 Season 4 is right around the corner this upcoming week, and earlier this past week we broke down everything that you can expect to see, but in talking about every single thing coming out, we can oftentimes lose the ability to zoom in on certain things in particular and really dissect them. So as always with a new season, I wanted to take some time today and discuss the upcoming weapons in Black Ops 6 Season 4, what they are, how you unlock them, and even a few more tips that can make other elements of the game way easier. So drop your thoughts, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and other FPS content. I'd love to have in the community, but for now, let's get into it. So let's start out with our weapons at the very beginning of the season, launching this upcoming Thursday, the 29th. In the Battle Pass, you're going to see the LC-10 and the FFAR-1. The LC-10 is going to be an SMG on Battle Pass page 3. Page 14, there's also a blueprint for that, but this will likely be the first weapon you unlock in the sort of regular progression. Now, if you have a Black Cell page skip that you end up getting with Battle Pass, you can likely end up going to the FFAR first if you'd like, but if you're just going the sort of 1 to 100 route, you're probably going to pass the LC-10 first. This is a full auto submachine gun with excellent accuracy and range and a moderate rate of fire with average mobility and very slow handling for its class. But it's a weapon that if you played Black Ops Cold War, you might recognize because it is very fast, it's got good accuracy, doesn't bob a whole lot from what Black Ops Cold War offered, and it's something that can do well in both multiplayer and especially in Warzone at a time. So this is something that they mentioned specifically for Black Ops 6 will be performing well off the hip or down sight, 34 rounds in its base magazine with a hefty ammo supply, and via Gunsmith, you can add a variety of different attachments to make it better for you. The second weapon coming in the Battle Pass is going to be the FFAR, an assault rifle on Battle Pass page 6. Page 11, there is a tier Battle Pass blueprint as well, that sort of page reward for this, but it's a full auto assault rifle, very high rate of fire and excellent CQB power, but slower handling and mobility. It's detailed as boasting a blazing fast fire rate that rivals the SMG weapon class. This bullpup assault rifle is designed for taking down targets fast, and that's something that, of course, is absolutely apparent if you play Black Ops Cold War once again. They say that it has a somewhat unpredictable recoil, but whenever you're close quarters and you're just holding down that trigger, that's probably not on the forefront of your worries here for the weapon. But it'll be something that can absolutely shred, I'm expecting here, and I'm honestly very much so looking forward to this. I've talked about it before, the FFAR Car 98K or FFAR and Swiss K31 back in Black Ops Cold War Year of Support were my favorite combinations to run for things, so very much so looking forward to doing this as well. But that's not the only weapons we'll see here, because in season we're going to see another weapon of the Essex Model 7 coming as an event reward. This is going to be a marksman rifle, lever action, high damage potential, but balanced by slower rate of fire and handling. So it's not necessarily your fastest moving thing, but it can inflict heavy critical damage and is something that you might have a lot of fun with, or maybe not. For Zombies players, if you play Black Ops 4, this is probably going to be a little bit of trauma returning here for this, but it is unlocked via the Ballerina event from June 5th to June 12th. So not initially with the game's launch, but the following week in the weekly refresh and when that new event ends up coming around. Now, it doesn't say exactly how you'll be able to unlock this just yet, whether it's a challenge or an XP-based event, but that is the overall reward for completing that. For those who do not unlock this during the span of, well, it's only a week that event is going to be live, if you're not around for that point, don't worry, this will just go into your armory afterwards to unlock via regular XP, as with everything else. Now, at mid-season, those are your weapons you can expect to see at launch and in the launch window, but the mid-season weapons include the Olympia and the Pickaxe. Both of these are going to be event rewards, though admittedly, it's not necessarily detailed what these events will be just yet, whether it's new events that are unspecified and will be revealed for the mid-season update itself, or if it's part of the King of the Dead Zombies event. But I'm kind of leaning towards the unspecified events because I can't see them locking a universal weapon, or two rather, behind Zombies exclusive events, especially when Warzone players exist. But the Olympia is a special weapon, not a shotgun this time around, but it is a double barrel shotgun, just classified differently for some reason, with very high damage and respectable range, but requires frequent reloading. Obviously, you only have 2 shots in a double barrel. This is a classic that we've seen a couple of different times throughout the Black Ops franchise. Not since Black Ops 3 last though, so it's been quite a bit of time. But this will be something that I'm very curious to see how it plays in multiplayer, in Warzone, because well, you don't have to take any sort of overkill or anything like that allows you to have 2 primary weapons, because it's a special. It can go in that secondary category by itself. So very curious for this one. And then the Pickaxe is just going to be another, again, event reward, 1-hit kill melee with a medium attack speed and a short range attached to it. But that's one of those things, you might like it if you're a melee player. Me personally, not going to pay any attention here to this. Haven't touched any of the melees since I completed Dark Matter. So that's one of those things that's just going to go and be off in the distance here for that. But for those, again, that do not unlock these during the span of whatever events these are actually a part of, those will also go into the armory after they are no longer live through the events to be unlocked via regular XP. Now, those are your actual weapons, but we do, again, have special weapon attachments coming, as we have the last couple of seasons with Black Ops 6, and as we saw with the aftermarket parts last year with Modern Warfare 3. At launch, you're going to have the G-Grip, which is for SMGs, except for the PP-19, and assault rifles coming in the Battle Pass. This will be a vertical foregrip with an integrated laser for improved firing stability, horizontal recoil control, and a tightened spread when transitioning between hipfire and aiming down sight. So this will be something that can definitely help that mobility aspect of it. Probably going to try this one out. Seems nice. Will it actually do enough? Who knows? There's probably going to be some downsides here that something might be better situationally. We don't know. And then the Strider 22 3-round burst mod will be an event reward that is for the Strider 22 pistol only, but it converts the Strider into a 3-round burst, drastically improves its rate of fire, and maintains manageable gun kick to alter the weapon's damage profile. Basically making this kind of like I think of the Raffica, though in a singular perspective, not in an akimbo manner. In season, you're going to have the SVD full auto mod as an event reward, which does exactly what it says, turns the SVD sniper rifle into a full auto functionality, ramping up the speed at which your damage is output, but also the recoil is going to go through the roof, it seems like. The TR2 is going to have a CQB auto conversion in season as an event reward as well, where this is going to change the caliber down to a handgun round. So you're going to have this fully automatic and be something that's probably pretty decent comparable to like an SMG, which is cool. So that said, that is your weapons and special weapon attachments coming within Season 4. Beyond that, anything that you do not get up until this point, so like say you didn't unlock the functional weapons in Season 3, that kind of stuff will end up going into the armory. All your functional items of note, not just your weapons, but like your perks, your kill streaks, your wild cards, stuff like that will all go into the armory at the end of the season if they are not completed. Things like your operator skins or your blueprints, those are gone for good, but the things that actually change your gameplay experience, those can still be unlocked via the armory and general XPs. Just bear that in mind. Now, the final thing that we like to talk about when it comes to weapons and new seasonal introductions is, well, hey, new weapons means more weapons you can skip in camo grinding. By the end of Season 4, we'll have 5 rifles of the Krig C, Cypher 91, Kilo 141, AMAX, and the FFAR. 4 SMGs of the SOG, PPSH, Ladra, and LC-10, 1 LMG of the Fang, 2 marksman rifles of the TR2 and the Essex Model 7, 2 sniper rifles of the AMR Mod 4 and HGR, 1 shotgun of the Maelstrom, 4 specials of the D13 Sector or Dissector, the Siren 9mm, the Nail Gun, and the Olympia, and then 9 melees of the Power Drill, Cleaver, Skateboard, Katanas, Bowstaff, Sai, Nunchucks, Kali Sticks, and Pickaxe. That means that there are, as of this season, 25 weapons that you could effectively swap out for another weapon that you don't want to end up doing camos for. The only catch, if you're going to be swapping weapons, you do have to make sure the entirety of that weapon category is gold and then diamond to progress to Dark Spine and their equivalent of like Dark Matter, Nebula, and Abyss. So, for example, if you've done all of the rifles diamond thus far, and you've already done, say, the Krig C, Cypher 91, Kilo, AMAX, and then the FFAR with this season, that means that you could skip the entirety of the shotgun category, LMG category, the marksman category, the sniper category, pistol category, the launcher category, or the melee and special categories. The only thing that you would not be able to skip in its entirety is the SMG category, which, if there is another rifle added in Season 5 or Season 6, you could in theory skip every SMG and still acquire Dark Matter, Nebula, or Abyss. Now, that's likely not what you're going to do because assault rifles and SMGs are oftentimes the easiest in those types of things, but let's say you did the rifles and SMGs, those 9 weapons here that you could work with post-launch to skip others. Again, the only thing you'd need to be conscious of is you'd have to skip the entire category. You can't skip like one of 3 weapons in a category, but if you did skip categories, you could skip with just the rifles and SMG DLC weapons, all the shotguns, snipers, and marksmans, all the melees, launchers, and marksmans, something that in the Abyss grind might actually be beneficial. So like, you have so many different opportunities to really benefit on these camo grinds if you're still working towards them, myself included, with Abyss and finishing up Nebula. Honestly, I'm just like putting off Nebula for some reason. Abyss, I still have a little bit of work to do, but I'm basically just doing the final challenges for Nebula. But you see where this is going. It can be very, very beneficial here to you. So just bear that in mind. If you are working on this kind of stuff, it can be very helpful. So that is your weapons of Season 4 in Black Ops 6 and what you can expect, how to unlock them, and a little bit of tips for maybe some camo grinders out there. But anyways, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. Just want to fill you guys in and take a deeper look at the weaponry here that we have on offer this upcoming season, the next 2 months or so. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there any weapon in particular you're looking forward to? Anything that you guys really are excited for or not excited for? Feel free to drop your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6 and other FPS content. I'd love to have you in the community. For now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. Take care and peace.